Hey, welcome to Movie Epidemic podcast. My name is Charles Fox. Of course, with us we have Buck LeDuc. Today we're
We
going to
got
talk about
goddamn Chandler Fox over here.
Chandler. Why does my name have to change to a different every like 4 weeks?
Hey
We had
man,
Charlie, Chadley, Charles, Charlie, Chandler.
hey man, I
Oh,
ain't mad. I ain't mad at it.
I'm all over the map. So I'm Charles Fox. Today we're going to be talking about The Giver, which is an interesting movie starring Jeff Bridges. Old Jeff. We talked about Jeff Bridges last week with Seventh Son, but we'll get more into
Little better in this one. Little better.
a little better, that's for sure. And then we're going to talk about our top five Stanley Tucci movies. Top five, top five movies with the Tucci.
Future on fire.
Then we're going to talk about Marvel's Captain America, the First Avenger, the last movie before we jump into the Avengers. And then Marky Mark, Snarky Snark, The Gambler.
I got that Avenger shit on Blu-ray, bro. Go watch that shit on Blu-ray.
Yo, me too. Hella Blu-ray. But yeah, then we're going to talk at the end of the show. We're going to talk about The Gambler. So, stick around for that because that'll be fun.
I got some words for that fucking movie. Goddamn.
Okay, so The Giver, I watched this like 7 days ago, and I've watched like 12 movies since then, so I'm going to do my best to remember what happened in this movie. What did you think about The Giver?
It's not bad. It's a young adult. It's a young adult novel.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel you. It's definitely aimed at young adults, but I don't know, better than I thought it would be.
Sure, I read the book maybe 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah,
so my memory
years ago.
My memory about it is foggy at best, but I remember not being on board with it because I feel like the movie did a better job of building the world that because you can actually see, there's like a visual aspect. I find that a problem with like some sci-fi books that are a little too in depth. Like there's two sides of it though. Like if you're looking at the Game of Thrones books, which they're very detailed, and there's some good ass world building in the book. But then you look at more of a something more sci-fi, I don't have an example on me, but the fuck was that book called? I don't know, but it was like this space book, and there's like dolphin aliens in it and shit, and it's like, how about for sure work on the world before you try and put some dolphin aliens on this? I can't fucking imagine a world where there's dolphins driving a spaceship. All right, how about work on that first?
Yeah, before you throw dolphin aliens, like ease me into this shit for sure.
I have that book here somewhere. I should
just bust it out. We'll do a fucking reading on the podcast.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. It's just bad world building.
Bad world building. But yeah, I agree with you on the Game of Thrones aspect that and the show's great, but the books, they definitely do a better job at building the world. I understand.
This, however, I think this was probably better than the book. I haven't read it in a long time. I don't think I would.
I haven't read the book in a really long time either. If I feel like it's one of those books that maybe I read. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I might have read it. I know what it looks like.
I've definitely read half of it. Because I remember some of it, but
I think I read this book, but it was so long ago. Who even gives a shit? I found the movie to be refreshing, and to be honest, I found the art style of the movie to be fantastic. I like the way
that was the thing I liked the most. I think.
The way that they manipulated color to show,
it was just cool
where the world was at. It started off in black and white, and then you get sort of a tint, and then you move into more vibrant colors as he becomes more aware of what's actually going on.
Yeah, I liked all that stuff. Story's a little it stretches a bit in places. Stretches a bit.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's definitely a stretch, but here's the thing. Here's another big plus for this movie, The Giver. Could understand Jeff Bridges, most of his lines.
Yeah, that was good. I think my biggest problem with it though is it's a tight hour and a half.
Yeah, I agree. It could have been longer.
That bitch could have been 2 hours, and I probably would have liked it more. quite honestly.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot. This book is pretty. Like, the book I know is pretty high concept for like 10-year-olds, but they make them read it anyway.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot more you can explore there, and they just kind of sped through a lot of it in the second act there, and then
it's not
rushed to the conclusion.
It's not like Interstellar, because like Interstellar, you had like the same idea where you had world building, and at the end of the day, they just didn't have enough screen time to build the world that they wanted to do. If they had added another half hour onto Interstellar, that bitch would have been 3 1/4. And then that would have pissed me off that it was 3 1/4. But if they added another 30 minutes onto this, it's like, yo, it's 2 hours. Like,
Yeah, no, like that would have been. This is like what was the first Hunger Games? Like that was 2 hours at least, right?
yeah, like that was 2 hours, and they did a decent job with building the world.
Yeah, I would say the first Hunger Games is one of the better young adult novel movies that came out recently.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, like, between all the garbage, like 50 Shades of Grey, and between 50 Shades of Grey and Twilight, Divergent.
The first Divergent's okay. I've heard the second one's pretty bad.
The Giver stands out. It really does. It stands out as some, like, it was obviously made by somebody who knew what they were doing, like somebody who was well versed in the film industry.
Well, it's really cool to look at, but I don't think most of the audience that would watch this movie would really give a shit about that, though.
I know, and that's really kind of the shitty thing about this movie, is that most of the people who see this movie aren't even going to realize how brilliant the art direction is.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some good stuff in this movie.
So we had in this. Okay, hold on. I'm going to look up the cast, because this main actor, Brenton Thwaites, don't hire him anymore.
100% less brooding from this kid.
Yeah, less brooding for sure. You got Alexander Skarsgård from a movie called. He was in a movie called An Education, which is a great movie. But this he was his character. He was his dad. He was the dad in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, what a weird character. What a strange dude.
Well, yeah, all of the kind of older characters were really, really weird.
I don't know. I really liked Jeff Bridges' character, and I also.
He knows going on, but it's a little different.
I also, it always blows me away when I see Meryl Streep in a movie, and I know it's no secret, Meryl Streep is a very good actress, but it blows me away because she can play both sides of the spectrum. She can play a villain and she can play a good guy just the same, just the absolute same.
Uh-huh.
And she was fantastic in this movie. Now,
she's like the best actor alive, pretty much.
Katie Holmes was in this movie, and she had one line that she said like a million times: "Precision of language." That's all Katie Holmes fucking said.
Oh yeah.
It's not just precision of language. That's the whole thing.
Taylor Swift. How about that Taylor Swift?
Yeah, that's something that I was gonna bring up next. Why was Taylor Swift in this movie? Why did they give Taylor Swift a one-line part in a fucking teen? I mean, I guess
100% botched it. 100% botched it.
Yeah. She's not a good actress, right? She's not a good actress.
Did you ever see that SNL with her? That was insane, dude. That was some insane shit.
I've never seen that for sure. But here's the thing. Obviously, she's not a good actress, and that's fine. Like, that's fine. Just don't cast her in things. She's a musician. Let her do that.
Apparently she's not even like, if you see her live, can't sing worth shit. Can't sing worth shit.
Can't sing worth shit. But it reminds me of and you can judge me all you want, because I definitely deserve to be judged for what I'm about to tell you. So last night I watched Scary Movie 5.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's very bad. Very bad.
Never seen that one.
It's definitely one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's like there's a part in that movie. I just want to touch on this just really quick. That's one of the craziest shit I've ever seen in a movie. There's a part where, for some reason, all of the pool cleaners, like those things that have the hose and like the dome, all the pool cleaners in the neighborhood get possessed, and then they have a fucking pool party, and all the pool cleaners get wasted, and it has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. There's a part
See,
where
I like watching that shit, just because like what are they gonna put in this movie? Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was awful. It was god awful. But the pool
I
cleaner
like the
part.
first. I think the first two are pretty good movies though.
The first one has an argument. The first one has an argument. There's also a part in this movie where a chair fucks a microwave. It's one of the wildest things I've ever seen. But anyway, back to my point.
I want to check out that haunted house movie. Like they're just rebooting the series now in a haunted house.
Well, now the Wayans don't have the rights to the Scary Movie franchise anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do the same thing again, but call it something else.
It's on Netflix. I was gonna watch it the other night.
It's the same thing. But anyway, what I was saying is that in Scary Movie 5, there was some musicians that were cast, and some of them were fine. You had Shad, he was fine. Usher was fine. Snoop Dogg was okay. But then you got Mac Miller.
Fucking Mac Miller.
Never cast Mac Miller in anything. He's one of the worst actors of all time. And I wouldn't say that Taylor Swift was Mac Miller bad in this movie, but definitely.
Mac Miller's in that movie?
Yeah, Mac Miller's in that movie. Yeah, it's real. That's real
fucking
talk.
Dirt Nasty's in all those movies.
Is Dirt Nasty's in all those movies?
Yeah, dude. Simon Rex, motherfuckers, and all that shit.
Oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. I think he was the main guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's the fucking main guy. He's Charlie Sheen's brother. But,
fucking Dirt Nasty up in this bitch.
Anyway, yeah. Now this is on Scary Movie 5. This is my review of Scary Movie 5. 150% fuck no.
Yeah,
it's random shit. There's a part that doesn't make any sense too. Like there's a part where other stuff is going on, and then a girl eats Mentos, drinks Diet Coke, and flies back, and it's like, yeah, but what does that have to do with anything? Like,
what are you talking about? Scary Movie still?
He's still Scary Movie. I'm getting off topic though, because it's garbage. I watched it yesterday, and it's garbage. Back to The Giver. The Giver. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like for what its audience is, there's gonna be a lot of things that are lost in translation here. But
this movie, it's not doing well, like rating wise.
And yeah, to be honest, I don't get it. I think it's good. I think it's pretty good.
I've seen a lot worse, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in the pandering to teen category, because that's like its own category now. That's a film genre, pandering to teenagers. You know, you got your 50 Shades, you got your Twilight.
This is a hell of a lot better than all of those Twilight movies.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it's 100% better than 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
And I would even go as far to say this is better than the second and third Hunger Games, not the first.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't like the second and third Hunger Games can go fuck themselves. They're not worth my time. They're not worth my time.
Not great film. Still waiting on Hunger Games 4. We'll watch it. Probably will be disappointed because there's like not very many pages of the book left. It's a thin book. Didn't need to be 2 movies. Thin book.
Already 300-page book with big ass print.
Might as well turn it into 2 movies.
I could bust. Any normal human being can read this book in an afternoon. Better turn it into 2 movies.
So overall, what would you say? What would you say for The Giver?
Yeah. I would say about 80% fuck yes.
Yeah, I'd say that's exactly where my figures are. 80% fuck yes. It's a pretty good movie. It's pretty good. Later on in the show, we're gonna talk about Captain America.
That fucking baby though. What's with that baby at the end of that movie? It's like walking through a desert and shit, and it's fine.
Oh yeah, that baby should have died.
It falls into like a river and shit, and it's completely fine. It's like, nah, that's not really how babies work.
I mean, I guess.
Not to feed it or anything.
Also,
for like a month straight.
Movie ends on a cliffhanger. He shows up at that house. Whose house do you think it is? Whose house? Whose house is it?
I don't know, dude. I haven't read the book in 10 years. It's probably explained in there.
I theorize. I don't think it is. I think they leave you on a cliffhanger too. But I theorize that is Taylor Swift's house.
You think?
It could be Taylor Swift's house, man.
Maybe.
They never said she died. She just disappeared. Right?
Yeah.
But then...
I thought they said she was released, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But then there's all... maybe. Then there's also the conflict that if she were to have crossed over that line, she would have... That was another thing I felt like was completely unclear, was how if he crosses the line, everybody gets their memories back. I know they said that that's what happens, but why?
Yeah, that was... I don't know. There's definitely some plot holes, but I kind of forgive it because it looked nice.
Yeah, and it was fun. It was fun. There was some good stuff in here for sure.
Well, I wasn't mad at it, dude. I was looking at the screen the entire time. I just finished The Gambler, where I nodded off like 3 times. So like.
Oh man, The Gambler. Gambler's interesting, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Anyway, what I was saying was, a little bit later we're going to talk about Captain America: The First Avenger, and what I noticed about Captain America this time is that it has got a fucking phenomenal cast.
Hell of a cast, dude. Hell of a cast.
Hell of a cast, and one of those cast members that is so great is one of our favorites, friend of the show, Stanley Tucci. The Tucci. So today we're gonna do our top 5 Stanley Tucci movies, top 5 Tucci, 5 greatest Tucci films of all time. So why don't you start? Voice crack. Why don't you start us off? What's your number 5 Tucci flick?
My number 5, a little movie we talked about on the show. This is The Wind Rises.
The Wind Rises. It's a damn good movie. He's like an Italian guy in that movie. There's definitely some versatility there. Definitely some versatility.
Loved it. Not any on-screen Tooch action, which I adore, but
definitely love that Tooch face.
He was real good in this movie, though. He was really good. Everybody was, though. They got some good at fucking voice actors for that shit.
Yeah, man. He's always standing on plane, like the wings of planes.
Yeah, he's hella standing on plane wings. Hella standing on plane wings.
That's why it gets props from me. Every voice actor in that movie was good, except for Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Not a good voice actor. Definitely not a good voice.
Barely good actor, really.
I don't know. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
You need his emotion face, though. You need his emotion face.
Yeah, it's true. He broods. Like, that's his thing, right?
He is brooding. He's a brooding 24-year-older.
He's a hella brooder. So I was just on Taylor Swift's IMDb page, and under nickname it says Tay Tay. I just wanted to throw that out there. 100% fuck no. So my number 5 movie with Stanley the Tooch in it is a little joint called The Hunger Games. We talked about it already.
Hunger Games.
Now here's the thing. Hunger Games is a good movie, and Stanley Tucci is easily the best part of the entire movie.
Yeah, he's my favorite thing in that movie.
Oh, he's so good. He's
got that crazy hair and suits and shit.
Yeah, and he's gleefully watching children die while he just commentates.
He loves it, dude. He loves it.
He's into it. He's all over it. The Tooch is the best part about, like, for sure, that entire series, if I'm being honest, because you can tell he knows how to be an entertainer. You know, he knows how to do that because even though he says the line so masterfully, you can still tell that he's kind of faking it because he's a talk show host.
Yeah, hell yeah. The Tooch is so good, man.
He's so fucking
he's
good.
He's never a lead, but he's always around.
You know what blows my mind, though? He's only been nominated for Best Supporting Actor once, and it was for The Lovely Bones.
The Lovely Bones.
The Lovely Bones, which is a 100% fucking no movie.
Jeff Lawrence.
Yeah, it's a 100% fucking no movie.
Early J-Law.
Early J-Law, yeah. Also, Winter's Bone, early J-Law. Good. That one's good. That's a good flick.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it might be. The Lovely Bones.
I don't know what the fuck The Lovely Bones is. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I can barely remember, but it's like some girl in like a dream world or something. Stanley Tucci's in it. He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for it, and I don't understand why that got nominated for anything because it's not a good movie. So what's your number 4?
My number 4 is a movie we're going to be talking about later today. This is Captain America: The First Avenger.
Captain America. That's a good ass movie, but we'll dig deeper into the claws of it. Stanley Tucci's hella German in it.
German as fuck.
That's one thing I noticed too. Between that, Captain America and The Wind Rises, he's good at accents, man. Like he's real good at them.
Yo, he's got lines. Buddy's got lines. All right.
Absolutely. So my number 4 is a little movie that you might make fun of me for putting on this list, but I gotta say I got mad love for it. My number 4 is Devil Wears Prada.
That's my number 3. That's my number 3.
Hell yeah! I thought you were gonna call me a pussy, but it's on your list too.
Ah, dude, it's a good movie though.
It's so good. You got Meryl Streep and the Tooch. Meryl Streep and the Tooch in one movie. You got Hathaway in there to sort of break up the phenomenalness.
Hey, you can't go wrong with some Meryl Streep and the Tooch, even if it is a chick flick. You know, I don't
give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what genre it is. If you tell me Meryl Streep and the Tooch are in a movie, I'm in.
I'm on board, dude. I'm on board with that shit.
Yo, I'm on board if you tell me that Tooch is... That's the only reason I wanted to watch that Wild Card movie, was to see the Tooch.
Yeah, too bad he was barely in
it. Too bad it was trash. So my number 3, it was your number 4, Captain America, the First Avenger. We're going to talk about it.
A little swapsy there, a little swapsy.
Yeah, little swapsy.
If you were braver, Devil Wears Prada might have been number 3.
You're right. I chickened out. I'm a coward. I'm a mad coward.
Because you know it's better. You know it's better to Tooch performance.
You know what? Shit's close.
All right.
Here's the thing. We'll get into it later, but I really like that Captain America movie. What's your number 2?
Let's consult the list here. My number 2 is The Hunger Games.
Yeah, The Hunger Games, man. Hella hair, hella suits, hella loving kids dying.
Hella hair, dude. The hella hair really puts it over for me.
Isn't it like a silly color too? Like I'm inclined to look it up.
I think it's like blue or something, but I think it changed though. I think it changed a lot.
Yeah, like he's a rich man, right? Obviously he's a rich man. He can afford all the hair dye he wants.
Yeah.
Which I think might be a commodity in that world, but I could be wrong. Seems like it might be rare as heck.
Hell
rare
yeah.
as heck. So my number 2 is one that we already talked about as well. My number 2 is The Wind Rises. I really like this movie. I think it's like one of the most solid movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, it took me by surprise, which is why I like it.
It's real good.
It's real good. And a lot of people will be like, oh, I don't want to watch that because I don't like what is it, anime. And
yeah, that's not really the point though.
Yeah, it's not the point. The point is that it's a really well written movie, good dialogue, great characters, like tons
also,
of good characters.
I don't necessarily like anime, but I like the art style of anime more so than the content normally.
What does that mean though? You don't like anime, but you like the art?
I mean, I don't like the stories they tell in them because it's all filler. You know, have you ever seen Dragon Ball?
True, man. There's full episodes of them just charging up and looking.
I'm not interested in the charging, but I think it looks cool.
Here's the thing. There's full episodes of just Goku looking at Vegeta. Like that. There's full 20-minute episodes.
That's why I don't like it, but I think it looks good most of the time.
I'll give you that. What's your number 1?
My number 1, a little movie that was on my list a couple weeks ago. It's Lucky Number 11.
Lucky Number 11. See, here's the thing. I've never seen Lucky Number 11.
For sure, watch that movie.
Yeah, you've told me to watch it a bunch of times. I'll throw it on. I'm gonna put it on my watch list real quick. Lucky Number 11. I didn't even know the Tooch was in that. I thought that was a Morgan Freeman joint.
Freeman's in it. Freebird's in it.
Freebird, and fucking Tooch.
Fucking Bruce Willis. No, not Bruce Willis. It's
not Bruce Willis. Who's in it?
That guy.
Who's in it?
It's a Mark something.
Is it
Kingsley's in it. Ben Kingsley's in it.
Josh Hartnett? Is it Josh Hartnett?
Maybe.
Oh no, you're right. It is Bruce Willis. It's Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis is in that shit. Yeah.
It is Bruce Willis. So my number 1 is I believe a movie that you've never seen that I'm gonna ask you put on your watch list. My number 1 is Stanley Tucci, Daniel Craig, Tom Hanks, Paul Newman. Did you just hear that cast?
Good cast, man.
It's Road to Perdition. Fucking love me some Road to Perdition.
Yeah, I think we discussed this before. I've not seen that movie.
It's from director of Skyfall. director of American Beauty.
There's American Beauty.
Oh, American Beauty's great. Kevin Spacey hecka whacks off in that movie.
Oh, hella.
Hecka whacks off a lot. So yeah, my number one is Road to Perdition. If you have never seen it, it's so good. Like it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. Like it's a 5-star film.
Little Sam Mendes action.
Yeah, little Sam Mendes, director of Skyfall.
Add that to the old watch list. A little Road to Perdition. Little American Beauty. Had those guys on there.
Road to Perdition. He also did Revolutionary Road, but no, thank you.
A lot of road movies.
Yeah, a lot of road movies. Road to Perdition. He started with TV movies, and then somebody was like, "Hey, let's give him a Kevin Spacey whacking off movie." And they're like, "All right." Did a great job, and then he did whatever he wants. And
he did that shitty John Krasinski movie.
Oh yeah, away we go. Yeah, but Maya Rudolph. I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but I don't like Maya Rudolph.
Nobody does.
I think Maya Rudolph is awful. The only movie that I've ever liked her in was Idiocracy, and it wasn't even her that I liked. I just liked that movie a lot. I think Maya Rudolph's pretty awful. Was she on The Office? Was she one of those people that was on The Office?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Or was she on something else? Or was she on? No, that was Rashida Jones. I get those two mixed up because, I dislike them both, but I like Maya Rudolph less. Oh, good.
True.
Maya Rudolph has been cast in the Angry Birds movie. Good, we need that.
Jesus Christ. That's gonna be
It's also got Peter Dinklage.
You play like the Pink Bird or something?
Probably, man. But we got here we go. Cast for Angry Birds. It's the most typical New Age cast that you can think of. All right, Peter Dinklage, Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Bill Hader, Danny McBride. Tony Hale's in it too. Right? Isn't it hecka typical?
Dude, we haven't seen some good Danny McBride action in a while. Get him back in a movie.
I love Danny McBride, but here's the thing: is that he made a movie a few years back called Your Highness that was so bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad I can't even look at Danny McBride anymore.
He's done for movies now.
I knew a dude who said that Your Highness was one of the best movies he'd ever seen.
Well, that's just a stoner talking.
No, it's not. It's not a stoner. It's not a stoner. It's a person you know. I'll explain it later.
Oh, Luxie?
No, it's not Luxie. Close, but not Luxie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just assume he doesn't like anything good.
It's our good buddy Palchinko.
Oh, old Shody Palchinko. God bless.
This is one of the best movies of all time.
Awesome, God bless.
It's not. So now let's talk about our Marvel movie of the week. Captain America, the first Avenger. I keep wanting to say the Winter Soldier because first Avenger doesn't roll off the tongue as easy as Winter Soldier.
Does not.
Does not. Not as
and
good.
whenever you type in Captain America into the search engines, Winter Soldier pops up, and it's like, come on.
And then sometimes the 1990 version, which we for sure got to watch at some point.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell to the yeah, Ma Flicker. Hey, Ma Flicker.
It's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be a bad movie, but
I've seen clips of it on Conan.
Yeah, man. Is it good?
No, he's got a motorcycle. He's got a Captain America motorcycle.
I'd also like to see the Fantastic Four movie that they had to hastily make in order to maintain the Fantastic Four
Is that
franchise.
real? I thought that was like a joke.
No, that's a real, that's based on a real thing. I'll try and figure out what it's called. It was made in the 90s. Yeah, hold on. It is a real thing. I'm positive of that. Maybe it's not that one. I'll find it though. I'll find it at some point. But I'd really like to see what happens in that joint. That's for sure. So Captain America is one of my favorite Avengers movies.
It's good, man.
It's real good. Now here's the thing: is that most of the time, you give me a superhero origin story, I'll tell you to fuck yourself. This was done pretty well.
This might be the first time they've ever done it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good for stuff.
First and maybe last.
Probably last.
Yeah, probably last. This is the last time they'll ever get an origin story like this well done.
You know what's the best thing about this movie, in my opinion?
What's that?
Stands on its complete own from the fucking Marvel Avengers shit, kind of.
Yeah,
It's
you could cut out that last scene where
I took my dad to this shit. He hadn't seen any of these movies besides the first Iron Man. Loved it. Fucking loved this movie.
Here's the thing: is that if you took out that last scene where he's in New York, it's just its own movie. There's not even Avengers ties.
And none of the other ones, besides the first Iron Man, really do that.
Yeah, and that's nice. I like when they stand. Thor doesn't stand on its own, and I'd say that's one of the problems about Thor is it doesn't stand on its own. It's it's like when you fucking buy a movie and they ask you to get like the watch along app, like the buddy app that you could watch along. That's what Thor is. Thor is just a buddy app to the Avengers. That's it. Yeah. That's all.
Iron Man 2 to an extent, although it does a little better job of being its own thing.
Iron Man 2 is better at doing its own thing than Thor, that's for sure. But it definitely is still a buddy app.
Still a worse movie, also.
Would have been more of a buddy app though is if War Machine was in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: why wasn't War Machine in the first Avengers movie?
Yeah, because they needed to have that wing guy.
Yeah, but Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's his name.
Sure, why not? Yeah, but Captain America is a really great movie, filled with such a great cast. Now there's one thing that I don't like about Captain America. It sparked Agent Carter. Which is 100%,
you don't like
100% fuck no. Yeah, no. Agent Carter.
Why do you not like that?
Because it's not about
anything. With that?
It's not about anything. It doesn't have a plot.
What do you mean it doesn't have a plot?
It's not about, like, if you're going to make a TV show attached to the Marvel Universe, make it, like, attached to the Marvel Universe. Don't just take a character and then make a show about her that has nothing to do with anything.
It's 8 episodes, man, of good times. What's your problem? She's fighting the Hydra and shit, man.
Sure, but here's the thing, is that if you've seen The Winter Soldier, you know she's not successful with fighting the Hydra.
Hey, man, so it's fucking 8 episodes, man. Why are you hating? It's 8 episodes.
Is it over already?
Yeah.
It's over already? Oh,
I didn't watch it, but it was 8 episodes. It's not like the fucking Shield where it's like 50 episodes a season where it's just procedural drama.
Are they doing a second season, or is it just like a supplement that they just made?
I don't know. I think it's a miniseries.
Okay. Well, if it's a miniseries, I'll let it pass. Still don't like it, but I'll let it go. Heck, excited to see that Daredevil series.
That might be alright. I'll check that out.
That looks alright. That's coming out soon. I think that's coming out around the same time as Avengers: Age of Ultron. It's
coming out next week, April 10th.
April 10th. Shit, man. We're gonna have to watch all of that. 100%. We'll have an entire episode about Daredevil.
I'll watch it. I'll watch all of it.
Fuck yeah. As long as it's not like 55 episodes like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think it's like 8 or 10 or something.
I've been told that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gets better, but I won't watch it.
It's so much, dude. There's like they're 25 episode seasons. Like
yeah, it's
right, Jackie.
I'm certainly happy that you don't need to watch the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show to get what's going on in the movies, because
it's just another money-making scheme. Scheme.
It's like
I like that Coulson. I am mad he's got work.
yeah. Clark Gregg wasn't even in this joint.
Also, I ain't mad that Clark Gregg got a steady job. All right, I ain't mad at it.
Clark Gregg wasn't even in this movie.
True, he wasn't. It was confusing.
Disappointing.
It's kind of confusing, actually.
Okay, so we got. Let's talk about the cast of this movie, because it was bonkers. We got Chris Evans first off. Now Chris Evans, he's not bad. He's kind of got, he's good for fuck you money for the rest of his life.
He's gotten better. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that first Fantastic Four movie. God damn.
I forgot he was in that. I forgot that he was in that joint. Who else was that? Was it Halle Berry or no? It was Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba.
Alba. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks on that movie. No, and for sure no thanks on the sequel, which for some reason
Oh
made
my
Silver
god.
Surfer. Remember when they made Silver Surfer a bad guy for no reason?
Yeah. That was.
No.
It's almost uncomfortable to watch.
like I get itchy. I get itchy with uncomfort. It's 100% fuck no movie. But Chris Evans, he's definitely improved. I do want to say one thing though. Skinny Chris Evans is a riot, dude. That's one of the funniest.
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my
I
life.
love how they did that too. Like,
Yeah, they CG'd his head onto somebody else's head.
yeah, man. Fucking Paul Walker, this bitch.
And you know what? For the year that it was made, it doesn't look bad. Like it looks pretty
Well,
alright.
it wasn't made very long ago. It's made like 5 years ago. Less than
5 years.
4.
I still think CG's come a long way in the last 5 years. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I would agree, but I think Marvel knows what they're doing.
True.
Like,
True. And you know what? Well done with the CG. Well done with the CG on Chris Evans' head.
better than Benjamin Button.
Oh, 100% better than Benjamin Button, because that movie's no good.
That CG was bad though.
CG was garbage, yeah.
Why did he look
like
like plastic?
Yeah, it looked like he was wearing a Brad Pitt like mask. It's like somebody made him a little Brad Pitt mask.
And like when he had the small body and it just looked like this plastic fucking thing dancing around. It's like, what the fuck is this movie?
It was like the fucking leprechaun from In the Hood.
Yeah, dude. I'd put Leprechaun up against the fucking Benjamin Button movie, and you know what? The Leprechaun might win.
Leprechaun in the Hood would for sure win.
In a versus match between those two movies, I think most people would vote for Leprechaun.
Oh, absolutely. Leprechaun's a way better movie. But then you got the Agent Carter character, and she was all right. She was fine. Now let's talk about the villain. Let's talk Hugo Weaving for a sec.
Hugo Weaving. He didn't want to do this movie. He didn't want to do it. They had to
Is that
convince
so?
him with money. They had to convince him with a lot of money.
They had to throw money at Hugo Weaving to get him to do this. Really? I feel like anybody would jump at the chance to be Red Skull.
I don't understand what the problem was, but he didn't want to do superhero movies. All these motherfuckers don't want to do superhero movies now.
What's the beef with that? With like Natalie Portman was like that too about the Thor movies.
Hey,
She's like, I don't like
what?
superhero movies.
It's 2015. Every motherfucker in their fucking world wants to do a superhero movie.
Yeah, every actor in Hollywood is going to do a superhero movie,
Benedict
or they're going to fall
Cumberbatch.
out.
Well, fucking Benedict Cumberbatch was begging to do one. He's
Yeah.
begging.
Oh, yeah, and he's one of the most famous people in the entire world right now. If they're like, let's get Hugo Weaving, and then they go to Hugo Weaving, and he's like, nah, I don't want to do it. They'll be like, fine, fuck you. We got Benedict Cumberbatch waiting for us. He's just waiting for the call.
Yeah, we got Cumberbatch on deck. We got him on deck, ready to run through this town. We're gonna put him. We don't care about famous people so much. We're throwing them on a third-tier Marvel movie. That's what we're gonna do.
You know what? You know what I did like about Hugo Weaving in this movie, though?
Yeah.
You know when he takes off the mask and you see like his actual Red Skull face?
Yeah.
Better looking than Hugo Weaving.
True. No nose or anything.
Yeah, no, fucking Hugo Weaving is like I don't know what it is. I just don't like looking at his face.
Oh, dude, I can barely watch anything he's in.
he's so like.
I liked the V for Vendetta movie.
Yeah, you never had to see his face. Never had to.
He's got a mask on.
Keeps a mask on the entire movie. You don't have to see his face. That's why that movie's so goddamn good.
And at least in the Matrix movies, he's got like the sunglasses on, so you don't have to see his sunken-in eyes.
Yeah. His fucking bone structure, man. Like, that's what it is. It's like his bone structure is, like, weird. It's like it's shaped like an upside-down house.
Yo, bro, why you got those sunken-in Steve Buscemi eyes?
So, but here's the thing, is that Hugo Weaving is a really good actor. And, like, it's just too bad that he's so ugly. But in this movie, in V for Vendetta, it's acceptable because at least in this movie, you know, he takes off his face halfway through the movie, and in V for Vendetta, you never even have to look at him. But Hugo Weaving, he's a good actor. He is a good actor. Then we got one of my favorite actors, and this is an actor that a lot of people would probably claim just as I have to Hugo Weaving, is ugly. But I find him so adorable. I can't even find him ugly. That's Toby Jones.
Toby Jones.
Toby Jones. Also in the Hunger Games, plays opposite Stanley Tucci in the Hunger Games.
Oh man, they know what's up. They chill and shit.
Yeah, they hang out. He was also in My Week with Marilyn. I love Toby Jones. Like I think Toby Jones is great. He's definitely underrated. It's because he's so small, right? What can you really cast him as, other than yeah, me.
What are you gonna do with that little motherfucker?
Yeah, he's so small. He's got to be like 5'1", right? He's so small.
Let's see.
Let's look it up.
Google says 5. Google says 5'5", man.
5'5"? There's no way he's 5'5". He's way smaller.
They make him look smaller, man. They make him look smaller.
They must, and I don't know why you would, because he looks great. Oh, I just found a picture of him and Stanley Tucci from the Hunger Games, and they look phenomenal together. God bless. God bless. Stanley Tucci's smiling. Toby Jones is doing the classic, curled lip thing that he does. Fantastic stuff.
Looks like he's about to get hit by a car.
Now, here's one thing about this movie. Why was Tommy Lee Jones here?
That was weird.
Yeah, why was he in this? Like, I feel like they could have gotten somebody. I mean, he did great. He was fine as that role, but I felt like it was just too small of a role for someone like Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, he just showed up. I'm like, oh, fucking Tommy Lee Jones. All right.
Yeah, and then, I felt like that character was written for someone else, and then once they got Tommy Lee Jones, they're like, oh, fuck. Okay, write in a part at the end where he helps them escape with the car to get onto the plane. Just write him into that part. I don't give a shit. Put him in the last scene. We can get Tommy Lee Jones doing some Man in Black action shit. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. He's getting old, too.
Yeah, I felt like Tommy Lee Jones, they didn't expect to get him. It's like he was their first choice. They went to him and they're like, no fuck away, he's gonna say yes. No fuck away. They're standing at his front door. They've rung the doorbell.
Maybe he was in talks for another role in the movie, and then he accepted, and then
they gave him that role. Like, yeah. And then you got Bucky Barnes. Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. Not really good in this movie. Not very good. Not a very good actor. I don't even know who that guy is, but he's not very good. He's not very good. I mean,
no, there's like the movie itself though. There's a lot of great shit. I really like. I don't know why. I just like World War II kind of like what if scenarios.
Yeah,
and this is a pretty great one.
Yeah, I love movies like they decide to just fuck with history like this movie, and Inglourious Basterds did that as well. They're just like
Iron Sky,
yeah, it's a classic joint. I've actually not seen it yet, but just the concept is classic.
I've heard there's a director's cut now of that movie.
Oh fuck, dude. More dinosaurs maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
More There's a Nazi movie where they live on the moon and ride dinosaurs. Like, that's a thing.
Uh-huh.
That's a thing that exists.
It's good too.
Phenomenal. I gotta see that joint. I gotta see this joint. So overall, Captain America pretty much, we haven't really talked about it very much, but whatever, who gives a shit. Captain America does pretty much everything right that you can in a superhero movie, especially with
definitely one of my favorites. I haven't seen it in a couple of years, but like it only gets better every time I see it. It only gets better.
Oh yeah. I remember the first time I saw it thinking, you know what, that was good, but it was a little long and a bit boring. And then the second time I saw it, I was like, okay, you know what? No, I'm into this. Third time I saw it, I was like, all right, yeah, I'll fuck with this.
I've always appreciated it. I always thought it was a good film. Just that, after seeing Thor, like anything, I need anything.
I like Thor. I don't know what your beef is. I think I get your beef. I can't say I don't know what your beef is. I get it. But personally, I like Thor.
Hey man, we had Iron Man 2, we had Thor, and it's like, just give me something to bite onto. Just something good.
Something that will make me give a shit about the Avengers, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Ask and you shall receive, man. Oh, but actually we had 3 shitty ones in a row because it was Thor, Thor, Iron Man 2, and Incredible Hulk.
Oh, that doesn't even count as... I barely even count that as part of the universe.
Yeah, me too, because it's Edward Norton. Like, I feel like they almost just wiped the slate clean because Edward Norton was a cock. Not to mention, like, no offense to Paramount or Marvel or wherever the fuck casted Incredible Hulk, For sure, don't cast Edward Norton as Bruce Banner. That's a bad cast. It's just a bad cast.
Yeah.
Love the
Edward Norton's incredible, but like,
Yeah, love the man, but here's the thing. Mark Ruffalo is Bruce Banner. Like, he is Bruce Banner. It's exactly what Bruce Banner is supposed to be like. He's not supposed to be a skinny, buff nerd, you know? He's not supposed to be tall and buff.
for sure, don't be in shape if you're gonna be.
Which is, and Mark
saying about
Ruffalo,
Mark Ruffalo.
that's the best part about being Mark Ruffalo, is that he gets to be in these Avengers movies, but he don't gotta do that much working out like everybody else does.
True.
Like I bet you Chris Evans goes home at the end of the day and they give him fucking homework, like fucking 70 pull-ups every night.
He's probably in the gym at least 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
2, 3 hours.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know the part in the Avengers?
But he's also hella on testosterone and getting big as shit, though.
Yeah. Well, he's too large now. He's too big. He's getting too big. His
Man,
chest
I bet Chris Pratt did it so much fucking testosterone. He got big as shit in like 4 months.
Yeah, but Chris Evans, his chest is gonna squish his legs soon. They're gonna be heavier. His chest is gonna be heavier than his legs.
Chris, you're too big as shit right now.
He's too large. Like when they first open up the gates, like when they put him in the thing and they first open up the gates, it's like, well, that chest is too big.
If I ever got to meet him or Chris Hemsworth, I'd just like shake his hand and be like, yo, you're big as shit.
Teach me, bro. Teach me.
I'll get big as shit.
So I think overall we can agree 100% fuck yes on Captain America, the first Avenger.
Stuff in this one.
Yeah, well, real good movie. And we mentioned this earlier, but the Tooch is good. Ooh, the Tooch is good. So good. My favorite scene in the whole movie is when he goes to drink with Steve Rogers, and then he's like, "Oh wait, no, you've got surgery in the morning," and he's like, "Okay, we'll drink it after," and he's like, "No, I don't got surgery in the morning. I'll drink it all right now." And he gets hella hammed too. It's a good joint, man. It's a good joint.
All right, what we got next?
We got The Gambler. Let's talk about The Gambler and Mark Wahlberg. Here's the thing. Let me just pull up my letter. Here's what's so bad about this movie, is that the entire theme of the movie is defeat mediocrity. Don't write something if you think that your writing is mediocre. Don't put it out there if you think it's not good. But the writing is so hilariously mediocre, and the movie is so not good.
Really, real boring, and Mark Wahlberg's character is literally the most unlikable person I've ever seen on film.
He's such a shithead. Here's the deal, okay? I'm gonna explain the plot of this movie and then explain to you why Mark Wahlberg's character is awful. So the plot of this movie is that he has 7 days to get $260,000 to some loan sharks that he owes money to. He gets the money 3 times. He gets $260,000 3 times, and he gambles it away.
After the second time, I'm like, if he fucking gambles one more fucking time in this movie, I'm gonna turn this shit off.
And then guess what? That's what he does. He gets the money from his mom, and his mom's basically like, use this money to get out of debt, or else you're dead to me. And he's like, okay, or maybe I'll just gamble it all away. This movie had a weird cast too. Mark Wahlberg opposite of Brie Larson. Kind of creepy.
Everybody's hair was looking hella weird in this movie. Specifically Marky Mark and Brie Larson's hair was looking hella weird in this movie.
Brie Larson looks like they didn't do any makeup on her. She had like a fucking acne covered forehead the whole movie, and it's like, at least put her hair in front of it or something. Like
her hair was looking hella weird, dude.
Yeah, it was hecka
fucking Marky Mark looked like Rivers Cuomo from Weezer.
Yeah,
fucking long ass hair.
Yep. Marky Mark looked weird in this movie, and then you got John Goodman. And here's the thing.
He was looking hella fat as shit, naked all the time.
yeah, why was he naked all the time? John Goodman was obviously the best part of this movie. The scenes with him.
John Goodman. Fuck.
The scenes with John Goodman were the only things that kept my interest. Like, I was doing other shit. Like, I will freely admit, I was doing other shit while watching this movie, because this movie wasn't about anything.
I was just trying to stay awake, because it was like the middle of the day, and I was watching this movie, and I'm like, holy fuck.
It's one of the most boring movies I think I've ever seen in my life. Because you can have a shitty movie. Like, there can be a shitty movie that's, watchable and interesting. But this just literally was so mediocre and unwatchable because nothing happened in it, Nothing. They gave us, like, like how they would tell you the days? Like, it would be like 7 days. I remember when it hit 5 days, I was like, holy fuck, there's still like 5 more of these?
Dude, I was like, at one point I had to go check to see how much time was left, and I'm like, an hour and 15 minutes?
Yeah,
an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, that happened to me too. I was like, this is gotta be almost over, right?
Long movie.
Fucking 45 more minutes left in this bitch. Because, like, when he gets the money, you're like, all right. When he gets the money from his mom, you're like, all right, here we go. This is it. Here we go. Here comes the climax. I mean, we're like 30 minutes in, but here comes the climax. No climax. Gambles it all away. Bangs Brie Larson, which is illegal also, because she's a student, because he's a professor. He's the worst professor in the world, too.
He's awful.
He goes into every one of his classes and just like, fuck you guys. Fuck all of you guys. I was great.
He's such an unlikable character, and like they try and make you like him. They try.
Well, I think what they try to do is make you like him by association because they make you like Brie Larson's character. But I still didn't like him.
Didn't work.
Well, they wrote such a shitty character. And it's like,
I can't believe, like, I was watching this, I'm like, I can't believe this is a real movie. I can't believe this is a real movie. It's
real bad. It's real boring. Like, very little happens in this movie. It's just him talking to people. About how fucked he is.
It felt like a movie that they were trying to win Oscars for, but it's just so shitty.
Yeah, like, I don't know, I would almost compare this to The Judge. Remember The Judge?
Yeah, The Judge, yeah.
But here's the thing, is that The Judge was, like, so much better than this. It's so much better than this. It does feel like they're reaching for Oscars, that's for sure, but it's not about anything. Like, I bet they put that out and was like, John Goodman.
Did you know that the guy that wrote this also wrote The Departed and Body of Lies, or at least...
Well, The Departed is that's a shocker, because The Departed is good. Body of Lies, that kind of makes sense. That movie's boring as shit.
Yeah.
But The Departed...
That's pretty crazy he wrote The Departed.
The guy who wrote The Gambler wrote The Departed.
Yep.
Holy fuck. This is information I don't even know if I can handle it.
Yeah, it's... He wrote a lot of other shitty movies too, so it's not surprising.
Like, I watched this movie yesterday and I don't fucking remember dick all about it because it was so boring. I watched this yesterday, dude.
The guy that directed Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
You know what? I'll go against the grain on that one. I'm not a big fan of Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I like the second one, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Not as much as some people, but I liked it. But Rise of the Planet of the Apes with Jimmy Franco, yeah, I don't fuck with that.
See, that one's better, though. That one's better, though. That's the thing.
Which one, Rise?
Oh, yeah.
You think it's better than Dawn?
I barely got through the second one, man.
Dude, what? The second one's awesome. It's fucking Monkey War. We
talked about this. I don't like that movie. We reviewed it on the show, I think.
Dude, I can't remember exactly what you review every single movie. We review different movies every goddamn week. No thank you. No thank you on the Rise. No thank you on the Rise. 100% fuck yes on the Dawn. Maybe not.
I could go through my entire life never seeing that Dawn of the Planet of the Apes movie, and I'd be just dead.
No, yeah, me too. It's not amazing. It's not an amazing movie. I just think it's way better than the first one. I think the first one's so boring. Anyway, what was the movie we were actually talking about? The Gambler, with Marky Snarky Mark. Mark Wahlberg, this goes back to a theory that I had. I had this, a few months ago, is that Mark Wahlberg's a really good actor who's, like, been in very few good movies. You know, like, just shitty movies.
Yeah.
He was in, what the fuck was he, like, Transformers.
Transformers. What was he, like a strong nerd or something?
Yeah, just a fucking strong nerd in Transformers.
Fucking strong
He
nerd.
was in fucking Ted. Like, he was good in all these movies. Well, I wouldn't even say he was good in Transformers because I don't know. The Boston accent and the Optimus. Yes,
Hey,
weird stuff.
you kids wanna run some lines, Marky Mark?
Here's the thing. It's the best thing Marky Mark's ever done.
A strong nerd or something?
Best thing that Marky Mark has ever done is still Good Vibrations. One of the best songs of all time. big fan of Good Vibrations.
Boogie Nights is one of the best movies ever made.
Boogie Nights and Departed are up there, that's for sure. But other than that, you just got no good movies, man. Like, he was in The Fighter. The Fighter's good. But, like, The Fighter was more about, like, Christian Bale. Like, Mark Wahlberg was the main character, but you cared more about Christian Bale, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Gambler is 100% fuck no. How are we looking for time? Because I like, there's nothing else. Like, it's the most boring movie I've ever seen in my life.
We're good. We're about at time. We're about at time.
All right, then let's talk about next week. Next week on Wednesday we're gonna talk about 3 new movies. Of course, we're gonna talk about Kill Me 3 Times. It's a new joint with Simon Pegg in it. That should be fascinating. Definitely interested in that. I think it'll be weird because I'm so used to seeing Simon Pegg in comedic roles, but this is more of an action movie.
Yeah, I've heard this is awful, so
yeah. Oh, good. We've heard it's awful. Fantastic. Thank you for picking this, you asshole. And then my movie, it goes right hand in hand with these aimed at teenagers movies like Divergent. My movie is The Maze Runner. So we'll talk about that. And we'll continue on our Avengers tirade, and we're going to talk about the Avengers, the first Avengers movie. And it's all building up to the release of Avengers Age of Ultron on May the 2nd. My name is Charlie Fox. You can find me on Letterboxd, on letterboxd.com under Charlie Fox, or you can follow me on the Twitter at Charlie the Movie.
You can find me on all your favorite social networks as Jesus H. Macy. Look me up.
As Jesus H. Macy, yeah. He keeps it steady. I'm not as smart as him.
You bet dumb.